Talking about dogs, cats, puppies, kittens, all the above. We have so many of them, so many perfect animals.
And I just want to start with a woohoo!
Right? Woohoo! One of my favorite individuals on this earth is this lady right here, Susanne Kogut with Petco Love. Good morning.
Good morning.
President, thank you so much for joining us. It's an honor to have you here.
I am so excited to be here. I mean, who wouldn't be excited to be here? We are going to have a room full of puppies, dogs, cats, kittens. It's a great weekend.
It is. It's really a great weekend. And I know it's a busy time of year, right? Families heading back to school, those routines back in place, those alarm clocks. Yeah, we all know those alarm clocks. But now, might be the time to add to your family if that's what you're looking for. If you've been contemplating it for a while, come on down this weekend. There will be plenty of opportunities to check things out. Okay, so I want to start with you and your role in this major undertaking here at GRB.
Yeah. So Petco Loves, we're a national nonprofit, right? And we work with animal welfare organizations across the country. And one of our favorite things to do is to bring a whole collaborative group together. And, Aaron Johnson in Montgomery County, I think Aaron's very humble, but they do a lot of work putting this together.
His passion shines through, him and his team. Yeah.
It's amazing. But then just seeing all the groups working together. We solve problems by working together. So it's great to see everyone come together, have all the animals that are here, and then have the community come together to be a solution and help and adopt. So we're super excited about doing this. We are celebrating 25 years.
Wow.
Our 25th anniversary was 25 years of love.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Love indeed.
Love indeed. It's the love of a pet. But we're celebrating 25 years of saving lives. We work with organizations across the country to put on these adoption events. There's one in Dallas this weekend. We did one in New York City. There's events in Philadelphia and Delaware. We're just trying to get people to bring some love into their home.
Why? What's the need here? Why? What's the purpose behind what it is you're doing?
I think it's all about saving pets. Yeah. At this event, this is about adoption. But honestly, when you look at pets in our lives, I think it's about bringing more love to the community too, right? Pets surveys, 87% of people say pets make them physically healthier. They make them mentally healthier. Bringing pets in our lives not only takes care of the pet, it actually really takes care of us.
I have cold chills. I know convincing when it comes to a spiel like this, but the reason why I'm so moved is because everything you say, I can confirm it in fact is true. Whether it be happiness for your mental health or the better of your physical well-being. It's twofold. And some would say it's threefold because it's not just you that benefits. It's the entire community. And it takes a community to get where we are today, as cliche as that sounds.
I have met the most wonderful, wonderful people because of my pets, because of fostering pets. I meet people that adopt my pets. We'll become friends for life, right? It just does so much for us as a community to bring us together. Pets bring us together. They break down all sorts of barriers. Yeah. So, it's all about a foundation of love and bringing us all together.
I know during the last half hour I was chatting with Aaron. We were chatting about the problem, the crisis, and what that looks like in this community. And I know for us as journalists, it's so often that we're assigned to cover stories at a point that's really unfortunate. And what I mean by that is it's really tough to get attention for these types of events at the level that we're doing it today. Most often it's, a 5-year-old girl was mauled in a zip code. We need to go out there and do that story. And my take on this and my hope is that we can talk about this problem, this crisis, before it gets to that. So we're not having to cover those types of stories. It starts with these types of conversations. With that said, talk to us about what it is you see here in the greater Houston area throughout Texas, and then give us perspective on what that looks like to other parts of the country.
So I think Houston, Texas, clearly the number of animals is much higher than in other areas of the country. We also see
number of animals as in strays, loose pets?
Shelter pets, pets needing help.
Okay.
Pets needing help.
Yeah.
We'll also see the level of very, very preventable diseases.
Heartworm.
Well, distemper,
Distemper,
parvo, panleukopenia, very preventable by a vaccine. We see that higher here. As far as perspective from nationally, I think right now nationally, you know, we talk about capacity at shelters. Shelters are over capacity. They are. The reason they are is not necessarily because there's more animals in need, but because they're staying longer. So if you have the same number of animals coming in but you're not going out as quickly. And what makes me crazy about that is there's an easy solution to that, and it's us, the general public. If 2% of pet-owning households would foster a pet,
foster,
one a
not
year,
adopt.
just not adopt.
Foster.
So you're like, I'm busy, I can't foster. But you travel a lot, but you have 2 weeks when you're home that you could foster a pet. We are the capacity for the shelters. We should be taking on that, bringing these pets in our home, much better for them. And then the workers that at all these animal welfare organizations around the country, they can then spend their time to get to the root of the cause, not to just be addressing holding, boarding of the animals. We as the public can do that. Let's take that on for them and make their job easier. We as the public can make sure that our animals are vaccinated, so if they come into a shelter, they're not spreading diseases in the shelter. We as the public can spay neuter our pets so we don't have puppies and kittens coming into the shelter. So we as the public are the solution. And we talk about so much of the organizations and what they have to do, but we have to be there to help them.
We have a part as well.
It's
a
a
major
community.
part.
Yes, absolutely.
And it does take a community. And I know, I feel like every time I say that, I'm like, man, Zach, that sounds so cliche, but it's true. It really, truly is. It's so accurate. Part of this too, I think part of this puzzle is that accessibility, right? And affordability of being a responsible pet owner. And this is not to shame anyone. It really isn't. It's to let you know if you are struggling, there are resources, there are solutions that can help set you up for success when it comes to providing adequate care for your pet. Talk to us about the options out there for people if they are in need to do just that.
So, and I'll be the first to admit, I wish there were more options, right? But so people do have to look. But I know in Texas, here in Houston, a lot of times there are free vaccine clinics. You have to just keep searching and make sure you get there. But there are also options. A lot of organizations will provide, affordable or low-cost vet care, spay neuter. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time. You have to wait for an appointment, but there are options there. But the truth is, I wish there were more options, right? And again, I think if we all took on more as far as taking the burden off of animal welfare organizations to care for the animal, they could then just focus on providing the affordable vet care for those pets. So, I think the one thing we talked about, like, we can help, everyone thinks of that as like, oh, I'm taking on work. I just wish people would think differently, because I never, when I do it, I realize it's making me happier. Like, I think
better
it's
person, right?
It is. But it's
not that you're already amazing, but even better. I
go without a puppy for a while, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need some puppy love. And I love my dogs; they're great. They give me lots of love. But sometimes I just need that love of a puppy in my house.
And I'm so glad you mentioned that fostering commitment. It doesn't have to be long term. It can be as brief as a 2-week stay, and a lot of that work too comes back to the organization, the shelter. They will assist you during that period in which you open your home to a pet.
And maybe if you really want a pet in your household, and if you maybe you really can't afford to have a pet in your household, become just like you could your kids could have pets in your household. You could foster, and you know what? The organization, the shelter, is going to take care of food for you, vaccines, all the medical care. That one gets it adopted, get another one.
Yeah, I love that.
Like you could have that, like that endless revolving door of pets for free.
Really quick, I know we're running out of time, but I want to ask you before I let you go. We did a story a few months ago on Petco Love Lost. Talk to us about what that is briefly and how that's also setting people up for success.
That's absolutely, it's a national lost and found pet database to help reunite pets. So we want all the pets that are lost and found to come into one central location. We will use our image recognition technology to help make that match so we can, narrow down all the pets for you. But what this is, we are connecting not only with the shelter pets coming into our system, we're integrated with Nextdoor, with neighbors. We want
social media platforms.
Social media platforms to try to get all those pets into one place. Because if you find a pet, go into our system, upload it, connect directly with the person that lost a pet. 50% of the pets coming into the shelters are lost pets.
Amazing.
Let's work as a community to get them directly home and not have to go into the shelter too.
And I remember talking with you about this. This is almost instant. So if you are a pet owner and you have some downtime, make that profile now. So in the event that something does happen, in those moments of chaos, all you have to do is hit a button and it's done.
Yeah.
And if it's during a holiday when the shelters are closed or whatever it be, this reunification process can be expedited because you're cutting out all of that extra time that could be wasted.
Absolutely.
Okay, always a pleasure talking with you, Suzanne. Thank you so much for your time this morning.